Good morning, everyone. Day 23. Uh, I'm still in Alkmaar, headed to Zoetermeer, I think that's how you say it. Still in Holland. Um, and one thing that I don't know if I mentioned in previous blogs is the food here is delicious. There's nothing crazily exotic about it. However, it has delivered every single time I've eaten, and that's one thing that I do love is food. Interestingly, there's a new girl on tour at the moment, Chelsea, an absolute beaut, who I have encouraged to try different things as we went along. Um, she's reminded me of when I started on tour a few years ago, and just simply that I didn't really expand my palate before I started touring. My my diet at the time would have been mainly based on foods that I would have eaten while I was studying, which is like pastas and quick things that you can throw together, just salads and gosh, what else did I eat? Stir fries maybe. And while I was at home in Ireland, it would have been a lot of spaghetti bolognese, potatoes and meat, veg, shepherd's pie, stuff like that. And so back to Chelsea firstly. She had her first portion of ribs, like normal barbecue ribs. And she tried her first Irish coffee, which was hilarious. I did mention before, but she said, "Louise, I want to try new things." I said, "Okay, well, I'm dying for an Irish coffee." I said, "You want one?" "Yeah, of course." The girl does not like coffee, and she does not like whiskey. Thus, it was not a success. I repeat, it was not a success. So that was quite funny. She had her first gin tonic. I mean, is it bad that all these are alcohol? She had her first gin tonic. I don't know how that went down. And then I've just encouraged her to try lots of different things as we go along. The funniest thing one for me was when I met my dad for the first time, which was in 2010. And the day I met him, I had been living in Ireland all my life, and I'd come over to England to meet him for the first time. And when I met him, he said to me, "Oh, do you want to meet my mom?" And I'm like, "No, I'm okay, it's cool." "Oh, of course I do." So I'm on my way to my granny's house, and the whole day was absolutely amazing. But just to hone in on the food situation, I went in and I remember the smell of the food just knocked me. I was like, "Wow, my God, this smells so good in here." And she said, "Did you ever have rice and peas?" I was like, "No." She looked at me like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, whatever. Never had rice and peas." So I had my first rice and peas and dumplings, etc. I nearly died. Like gravy to me was not like the gravy that she was like. She's like, "Do you want gravy?" And I'm thinking, "Yeah, cool." And I'm like, "What is this?" So, and as I said, on tour, I was always encouraged by my good friend Emma King to just try new things. So whenever I go to a different country or even in Europe, I always try to go to the more local. You're actually supporting local businesses as well, which is always fantastic. But to just try their local dishes, try something on the menu. Don't even ask for the English menu. Just go kind of try pick out what you think might be go for it, try it, because we'll be so long in our lives just eating the same thing, and it's always interesting to maybe associate different places with different foods, and then you can really appreciate when you have a really good pesto somewhere, or like a really good stroganoff somewhere, whatever. I love food anyway, so it's just an encouragement. But also, I found, just to big up Holland at the moment, the service here has been absolutely amazing. Like, really amazing. unbelievable, just because I think when you sit down to eat, the whole entire vibe of the restaurant or wherever you're eating can, you know, have an effect on how you feel whilst you're in the place while you eat. Food is so important to us. And I've been talking about this a lot. And also, I would encourage people with young kids to really try and not be filling their kids with, preserved things and artificial sweeteners, sugars, because we do get addicted to them. Like I would put salt on Chinese. I could probably try put salt on pizza. I would put salt on ice cream. That's disgusting. No, I wouldn't, but I put salt on everything. And again, I was encouraged by a good friend to just try the dish before I put my hand out to put salt on something, So I encourage everyone also to do that. And then I was really thinking about how easy it is to get like fast foods. I think it's £1.99 for 2-piece chicken and chips in London at the moment, in all the the chicken shops. And then you try go buy an avocado and it's the same price. It's £1.85 in Tesco's. And then you think, well, I can get a whole meal, or I can have like this avocado that I've never tried before and I don't really know what to do with it and what to eat it with. I think that's where I was at for a long time. So I just really kind of pushed myself to continue to explore the world of food and look into the different properties of food. Back to what I was just saying about just to encourage your kids, just to encourage younger people. And then also, if you have friends that their palates are quite, teeny, help them to expand, introduce them to new things. And definitely the way to my heart is through my belly. Just saying, for all those eligible men out there that need to know. But yes, enjoy your food. Have a lovely day. Eat well. Be happy. Stay positive.